Hi, everyone.
Oh my gosh, hey.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. It'll be the same amount of time for you guys, but for us.
Yeah, we actually just filmed the previous episode 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So, we're back for round 2.
Yeah, round 2. This is driver's training. I am Audrey.
And I'm Suzy.
We're recording this one earlier than we normally do because I'm going out of town this weekend, so there's just not time for us to record when we usually do,
So here we are. We're also at Audrey's house. First time.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Very chill vibes.
I low-key haven't been here in a really long time just because we've been filming at my house. So you just come to my house every week.
Yeah.
And it honestly feels so different in here. I don't know what it is, but I was sitting in the bathroom and I was like, something changed.
It's literally the same apartment.
I know. I can't even remember the last time I was here. I feel it was a really long time ago.
Last time you were here was we just started the podcast. It was after the first episode and you came over for game night.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, we played the Haunted Mansion game.
Yep, I remember. Wait, that was actually a really long time ago.
Yeah, it was
a couple months?
It was March.
Oh my god, I'm a bad friend.
No, it's okay. It just makes sense that we would, when we're hanging out, we'd hang out at your place since
you're already there.
We record.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't recorded here because I have 2 dogs, as we all know. Cooper's laying actually on the floor right now in front of the camera. I have no idea where Roddy is, but hopefully they're not menaces while we record. So, yeah. And I have a good feeling about that.
And you have 2 roommates who are also dogs, if you know what I mean.
Hey, nah. They're chill.
They're fine. But yeah, so it's usually a bit busy over here, but today it's nice and quiet.
Yeah, I'm the only one here out of the 3 of us right now. Giovanni's working. Peter had the day off, but Peter's just doing Peter. He's always doing that. He's
always doing Peter, and you gotta respect him for that.
Yeah, it's Scorpio energy.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm a Scorpio, I feel like his Scorpio is the mystery.
Ooh,
is definitely with him more.
Love that.
I feel like the most Scorpio trait that I have is jealousy.
Ooh. Like Olivia Rodrigo said, jealousy, jealousy. It's one of her songs from Sour. So like we said, we're recording this early, and I actually have some breaking news for Audrey.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I was holding the mic the wrong way. But when Suzy came over, she was like, "Oh, did you hear the political news?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "I'll tell you on the podcast."
Because I feel like it's always fun to break some news on camera. And by the time you guys see this, it won't be new at all, actually, and there will probably be developments to it. But for now, it's new. It just happened. I got the notification on my phone as I was on the bus here.
Oh my
gosh. You know how Trump has been on trial. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, whoa.
That much I knew.
Well, the verdict came in, and he was charged with 34 different things, and he was found guilty on all 34 of them. They got his ass. Bruh. No, my president.
Not my president.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which means, I don't really know what that means, but
can he still run?
Technically, probably. It depends if he goes to jail or not. But I think legally he could also run from jail.
Run? Oh,
from escape.
He's gonna run from prison. He can't go. He's like, you can't catch me alive.
I'm the best at escaping prisons.
No one's ever escaped a prison better than me.
So yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That is really crazy. Well, that's awesome news.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything is going to happen. I wonder if it will affect the votes that he's gonna get, because I'm not gonna lie, no one likes
either
Biden
option
really.
Yeah.
And obviously we all know Trump sucks,
right, guys?
Right? Yeah. So Oh my God, Cooper's trying to jump up.
He's
here
probably
and
like
Roddy's,
barely
already
in
up
frame.
here. I know. Yeah, you're not coming up here, Cooper. But that is crazy news. I remember where I was exactly when I found out that Biden won and being so happy that Trump wasn't going to be in office again. But like, really, what has Biden
now
done?
it's like
It was a crazy moment though, because that election, like, it took so long for the results to come in. And I was in LA with Bree Kubiak. Oh,
okay, dogs.
sorry.
It's fine.
But we were like driving in our rental car and we saw the sign, like the Hollywood sign, for the first time.
Wow.
And then I like saw on my phone that like Biden won.
Oh my God.
And it was just like a goosebumps
movie moment.
I was
yeah.
like, bruh. Like,
That's actually crazy.
it's like where you were when you found out Michael Jackson died.
Do you remember?
I was at my dad's house.
I low-key don't remember. And I also don't remember what I was doing when Joe Biden was elected. I feel like I just went to bed and was like, well, hopefully.
Yeah, like, fingers crossed.
Like, that'd be cool, I guess. But now it's just like they both, like, just need to pass away peacefully in their sleep.
We need to stop putting old people, like, who are on the brink, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there was a TikTok it was like from a YouTube clip or something. I forget what it was. But it was like an interview setting, and the guy was like, gun to your head, you have to vote for Joe Biden or Trump. Who do you vote for? And the guy goes, the gun goes off. Like, yeah. Not to get all political on this podcast.
We're in our political era.
Yep, I'm trying to run for mayor. Would you vote for me? I'd be a really good mayor.
If you made
if I dressed like Lori Lightfoot and I got the fedora and like the little suit.
Yes. That would actually be so awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I'd vote for you.
Thank you.
You got my vote. As
Yay.
long as you do something good for me.
What do you want from me? As my constituent, what can I do for you?
Oh, well, that changes things. I want a private driver.
Oh.
At all times.
Okay.
I want free rent.
These are like, I can't promise any of this.
Yeah. Enough about politics, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about something that all people love.
Hot dogs.
Yes!
We finished recording the podcast on Monday, and then we celebrated Memorial Day, and by celebrated, we just hung out.
We drank some drinks, we ate some food, we played Uno.
Yeah, we didn't just like eat food, we grazed like the entire evening. Peter made this awesome flag cake.
It was so good. It had fresh berries on it and like
homemade
whipped cream frosting.
It was so good. Oh, my stomach hurt so bad. And like corn on the cob. The hot dogs were so good. Also, it was so funny because yes, we like grilled the hot dogs and like chicken kebabs, but like the grill that Brie bought was like so small.
It's literally like, it's smaller than the pillow that Audrey's holding right now.
No, it's literally the size of my laptop.
Yeah.
Like
no, it is like
folded.
MacBook size.
Yeah. Like MacBook Pro laptop
Yep,
grill.
Exactly. But you know what? It got the job done. It
did.
made a bunch of hot dogs and kebabs, and they were delicious.
Yeah, and we laughed. Suzy played a little basketball with Marco. We played Jackbox. We watched some DJ sets.
Yep, Zach Fox DJ set was on. We all, well, not all, but a lot of us took a little edible.
Oh yeah, I did not.
And just vibed out.
I think I haven't taken one in a while, so I think if I did, I would have been like freaking out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can never take hot dogs away from me. Like, as an American, I have my rights, and those rights include the right to eat hot dogs.
Yes. And I don't care if it's wrong, especially that we're in like living in Chicago. I will be putting ketchup on my hot dog.
Yeah, I fear me too. It's just so good. It's just like classic and nostalgic.
It's just like so yummy, and like I love it so much. And like,
we're probably gonna get a bunch of haters in the comments, but
when you were a kid, did you ever have like the octopus hot dog with mac and cheese?
what's the octopus hot dog? Oh, is it you like cut it?
Yeah, you cut it, and when you boil it, it curls up.
Oh,
so it looks like a little octopus.
I never did that, but that sounds really cute. I did eat like mac and cheese and hot dogs, and low key, that's like such a good.
It's a goated combo.
Like it's so like being 25 years old. Like it's very looked down upon to be like. I
want mac and cheese and hot dog.
Like I need mac and cheese and hot dog and like
Give
applesauce.
Oh,
like shaped Kraft mac and cheese, like SpongeBob mac and cheese.
Yes.
Hot dog cut up, applesauce on the side. Give it to me.
Give it.
Sounds
show
so
it to me,
good.
Rachel.
It sounds so like I want to eat that right now.
It sounds really good. That would be actually the perfect meal.
Oh my god.
Low key.
Should we?
We will be eating dinner after this.
So I have an idea of what's about to happen.
Yeah, y'all will see the update on the Instagram.
Do you have any? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if you have any other like silly like childhood food combos that you would be shamed for enjoying now.
Yes. And like I would never eat this now, but okay, so no, like genuinely, I think about this. I was like a really weird picky eater when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Like when I was like less than a year old at my great grandpa's funeral, my mom lost track of me, and during the service of the funeral, I like wandered off and started eating rose petals off of my grandpa's.
Oh,
like, yeah.
Were you breastfed?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't know. So
Whoa.
I feel like my mom has told me, but I don't remember. So were you?
I think so, but I guess I actually don't know either.
Yeah. Should we text our moms right now and ask? Oh, well, your phone
I can't.
is recording. But my number one weirdest food when I ate growing up was pickles and ketchup on white bread.
Oh.
I was just like really obsessed with pickles. I still am. I love a pickle. I love a pickle dipped in a little ketchup. Mm-hmm. And I don't even care how strange that is. Like, y'all have it on your burgers. Like, if that pickle ever slip out of the burger, it's got a little ketchup on it. Have a little bite.
Yep.
And you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But I would just do that, but on white bread.
I think that's not that crazy. I think that's just like growing up poor.
Like, low key, you might be onto something.
No, because that just reminded me that a lot of the time, like at dinner or just as a little snack, like a little treat I would have was just white bread with butter on it. Like not toasted, just like raw white bread and some cool butter.
My mom, one of the like big meals she would cook that would last like throughout the week would be like spaghetti.
Yup.
And making the spaghetti sauce and having the leftover sauce but no noodles. So you take a piece of white bread with butter and put the sauce on there, and that's your meal. I remember I lost a tooth by eating that once.
It's like all soft.
I know. I was the type of kid who would leave like my teeth in for as long as possible.
And then you just eat it.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I definitely I think I swallowed one tooth. I was kind of the
What?
opposite. What?
You swallowed a tooth?
I think so. Because I was like eating. I didn't it just went down. But for the most part, I was the opposite, where I was very anxious about getting it out of my body. Like as soon as it started to get loose, I was like, I don't want it in there anymore. But you can't just rip it because it'll
bleed,
fuck shit up.
Yeah.
But I have a distinct memory of being at a sleepover at my friend Tess's house and me having some loose tooth in the back of my mouth that was just bugging the shit out of me, and I asked her dad to like help take it out, or like I asked someone and like her dad was like, I'll do it. And I just remember like his hand in my mouth and like me crying like so bad because it was not like ready to come out, but he kept trying and I appreciated that. But at the end of the day, it stayed in there and I was just traumatized because I just had my friend's dad's like big dad hand like in my mouth, like yanking on my tooth. And also at that house, they had a dog at one point and it ate my underwear.
Oh my God, these dogs have eaten my underwear before.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You guys are perverts.
Yeah. You know, it was like at Giovanni's old apartment and like, I don't know, sleeping naked, it happens, especially when you're with your boyfriend.
It's
anyway.
low-key goated.
But my underwear was on the ground and I didn't think to like, you know, do whatever. I woke up the next day and that shit was in shreds.
Oh,
I was like, oh my God, like, well, how am I supposed to wear underwear when I leave your apartment? So I just didn't.
Yeah, because like for the most part, if you're wearing like regular clothes, it's fine.
I was not wearing a skirt or like a dress, so it wasn't like a huge issue.
Imagine you had like a mini skirt.
That would be so
vulva
bad.
on the bus seat.
Oh my God,
that's nasty. I've like been on the verge of that before for sure.
Really?
Like with a thong and a little skirt, and then you gotta sit on the bus, and it's like that's a little too close for comfort.
Your carpet's touching the carpet. The carpeted seat.
They like Velcro together.
Interlocking the hairs.
Aww.
Sorry.
I'm not. I'm just being real. Please don't bark.
Hopefully they don't go too crazy.
Please
I don't know.
don't.
I'm also thinking like, I don't know when Peter's coming home, so at any moment he could walk in and the dogs could go crazy, but we'll just edit that out if that happens. So.
Well, I'm a little lazy. I guess if you want to edit it out.
It's me. Yeah, I do all the editing.
That's
anyways.
true.
It's fine.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Audrey. Everyone give a round of applause to Audrey in the comments. She does everything.
And low-key, whenever something bad happens, like last episode when I forgot to...
intro music went for 2.5 minutes.
Yes, that was so bad. I like was listening to it back and like... I was like, oh God. And
it just kept going.
I got texts from people being like, hey, I don't know if you knew this. And I was like, yeah, I know.
That's so funny.
But hey, I'm just one girl with one cap cut.
Exactly. Like, what do you expect?
And if y'all want to do it, then just say
something. Make your own podcast. Get your own editor. Like...
Yeah.
Don't come at us.
Stroke your own shit.
Exactly. We're just over here stroking our shit.
Stroking our shit.
Jorking our
peanuts.
Podcast.
Oh. That should be the title of this episode.
Jorking my podcast.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Did you guys know that Suzy and I both have lived in Florida in the past?
And we loved it. Just kidding.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Why?
Well, okay, so here's the tea. I lived in Michigan, and then our landlord was selling our house, and I didn't have a job, and my parents lived in Florida at the time, so I was like, you know what? Let me go shack up with my parents a little bit, because this was, like, right after college, like, right after I graduated, and I had nothing better to do, and it was 2020, or 2021,
Sorry, I just had to adjust myself.
Me when I move my penis. Anyway, sorry for all the genitalia references this episode.
I know there has been a lot.
We're like being a little naughty, like anyway, it's too much exposition for it doesn't really matter. I went down there. They were living in an old folks community for some reason. Don't really know why. They're not even old. No, they were both above 55, which I think was the cutoff. Oh. But, like, that's
like too young to... I know the other old people living there were like, what the hell?
You young kids. Especially when they saw me. They were probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were in... I can dox it because we don't live there anymore. They were in this town called Hudson, which is like an hour north of Tampa.
I lived in Tampa.
Aww.
Oh my god.
Invisible string tiny to me.
Sorry, my hands are a little tied.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't want to hold your hand anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, I was just down there. There wasn't really anything to do because it was just a community of a bunch of old people. I would go sit at the pool and get looked at by all the old men a lot, and that was really fun. I would always like have my sunglasses on, and they would probably think that my eyes were closed while they would walk past me on my little pool chair and would just like stare at me for like the entire time they were walking past.
That's so bad.
Yeah, and I was like, it's fine. But yeah, I got really tan, so that I guess was a good part. I also wasn't really working that much, so I just hung out at home and watched a lot of TV.
You said you were unemployed?
Yes, I had a little bit of like a freelance thing where I was working for somebody, but it was only maybe like 10 hours a week. Like I was just writing random like press releases or like doing whatever like marketing PR stuff for a sweet lady named Christine. But other than that, like I wasn't really working. I was just vibing. And like some parts I guess were fun because I didn't have to spend money on anything. Like my parents just bought all the groceries and I didn't have to pay any rent. And I didn't have to be anywhere, and so I would just sit on the porch and watch the lizards and like do yoga.
That's the one thing about Florida that I love. Just all the lizards.
Yes, and I just felt super like retired. I was like, oh, so this is what it's gonna be like when I'm 80. And it was actually really nice. But at the same time, I didn't know anybody my age, and I went on Tinder down there. It was scary.
I bet.
Some of the most heinous profiles I've ever seen in my entire life were from Hudson, Florida. Just like really, really scary people. And the like one little safe haven I had was going to Target. There was like a Target in the town over, and there was like a Starbucks, and there were people with like blue hair, and I was like, awesome. Like, there's people like me.
We do exist.
Yes, and so
Pronouns.
I felt really like really safe and welcome in that Target. But anywhere else, it was just like, you are all scary and hate my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty much my experience in Florida.
Yeah.
What about you? You were there when you were younger.
Yeah, I was there for like 3 years, maybe from like age 3 to 6, maybe even like 3 to 5-ish. Basically, my mom married a guy who lived down there, and like my sister and I lived, like she had custody of us, so we went to live there with her. And my stepdad was like terrible person, but like living in Florida was pretty cool because also I was like young and like I didn't really like know that much what was going on.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, like I do, but my mom had like the annual pass to Disney, so we would go like at least once a month.
That's sick.
Kind of like it was the zoo. I remember there was a hurricane that was going to hit Tampa, but not Orlando. So my mom was like, we're going to go spend the night at Disney.
Yes.
And my sister and I were like, yay! But then it ended up hitting Disney.
Oh. Awkward.
So I was at Disney when a hurricane hit. That was pretty cool.
It's just part of the 4D experience.
Yeah.
Get you a little wet.
Get your shit a little soaked.
Mm-hmm. Squirt Mountain.
But yeah, and I remember going to like kindergarten, and my school had like all outdoor hallways. Ooh. Which was pretty awesome.
That sounds kind of fun.
We had an orange tree in our backyard, but you couldn't eat the oranges because they were always covered in ants.
Oh.
I remember we almost lived on a street called Pickle Street.
Aww.
But we didn't. And so we had an apartment and then we had a house, but the apartment was like the corner unit on the bottom level, and it was right next to the pool, so that was really cool.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I had a friend who lived in the building right next to us, and I remember going to her house and having like a sleepover, but then I got scared and I had to go home.
Aww, that's so sweet.
And I remember when she moved out of the apartment complex, but I was still there. And I went to her new house and it was so crazy. She had an indoor pool.
Holy shit.
She had like a bunk bed, and like it was the bunk bed that had like the desk on it, and like underneath was like a bookshelf and stuff. I was like, whoa, so you were rich this whole time?
It's like alternate universe of the Florida Project.
Yeah, literally. So that's my Florida experience, like living there. I love going back to Florida. I feel like every time I go to Florida, my skin and hair are just like, it's the most well nourished my body has ever felt.
Yeah, it's all that humidity soaking in.
Yeah, I know this is like really unpopular, but like humidity is really, really nice when like you want that, like the nourishment for your skin. But yeah, Rosalind's mom has a condo down there, and we will go like every so often. And here's a story I would like to share about the first time I ever went to Miami.
This shit's crazy.
So I went to Miami with Rosalind because her mom's condo is like an hour away, and we were like, oh, let's do a little day trip. So we went to the beach, and then after the beach we were gonna get lunch. So we finished up just laying out.
How long were you
sand.
at the beach?
We were maybe there for like 2 hours, maybe 3.
Quite a while.
Yeah, a long time. But then we were like, okay, I'm hungry, and like, mind you, we were like hungry. We were about to go eat a meal. So we get to the car, and Rosalind goes to pull out the keys, but she can't find them. Mind you, this is her mom's car, and her car was one of the cars where it's not an actual like physical key. It's like a button, and the type of car is like only that specific key will unlock it. Like there is no spare.
You need the fob.
Yeah, and if you lose the key, you have to go back to the dealership to get a new one. And the dealership, of course, was in Michigan. So not good news. And we're like freaking out. Rosalind is searching for this key for so long. And eventually, after like maybe an hour and a half, she went up to one of the like bars, like hotel bars that's on the beach, and asked if anyone had turned one in, and someone had. So she had to go inside a hotel to get it. And like this entire time I'm so hungry, we're like sunburnt.
God.
But we did get the keys. Someone turned it in, and like thank God, because if we didn't get that key, like Rosalind's mom would have had to have her car towed all the way back to Michigan.
God.
And then we were just like, let's just go home. And we stopped at Wendy's, and I got chicken nuggets and barbecue sauce. And that was when they changed the recipe of the barbecue sauce. And so it was like,
everything's going wrong.
Yeah, I was just like, no.
Wow. Wait, why does Wendy's actually sound so good right now too?
Wait,
maybe I'm just really hungry.
Wait, I'm actually really hungry too.
Can't wait till this stupid podcast ends.
Yeah, that stupid podcast.
Something yummy to eat. No, that sounds crazy. I would like.
Yeah.
I am not a girl for the heat. Like, one thing about me, I'm gonna overheat within 10 minutes and pass out and die probably.
Yeah, and my face gets like super red, which makes things so much worse.
My face is red even when I'm not like hot.
Yeah,
it's just like a cute little rosacea thing. But no, I mean, when we went to the farmer's market recently and it was like really hot out and it was just reflecting off the pavement, I was like, I'm actually gonna like pass out and die.
And like there were no like places to get like a beverage at the farmer's market. This low-key, the Logan Square farmer's market, we went opening weekend, kind of sucked.
I thank you so much. I've been meaning to say something. Like, I actually think the Logan Square farmer's market is canceled. I've been disliking it like more and more every time I go. I think
have you gone back since we went that one time?
I think the crowds are too big. I think they let the most random fucking vendors in there ever. Like window pane installation vendor. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing at the farmer's market?
Yeah.
Leave me alone, you capitalist scumbag.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we didn't even go like that late into the day. Like, given we didn't go super early, but it was like
It's probably
maybe
like halfway through.
And the lines, like you and Bree got
We waited for crepes, and we waited in that line for probably like 20 minutes.
I would say more than that, because like Fur and Johnny and I were able to walk like almost to the end of the like farmer's market by the time that you got your food. And I wanted to get like a beverage, and like the only place to get a beverage was like at this donut place. Dude. And even at that, they were almost out. And I was like, oh my God.
No,
like,
it's so crazy. And it's like the food is like not like the ingredient stuff, but like the food, like crepes or whatever people are selling, so expensive.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, we're in a city and it's like a bougie farmer's market and rich people are going and blah, blah, blah. And you pay for the experience. But like, why did I pay over $20 for a fucking crepe?
That is so bad.
I could get a nice meal at a restaurant. Don't piss me off.
Yeah.
I just miss like my small hometown like farmers market where it was just like quiet and all like super local vendors that like made their own candles and
grab a little cute coffee.
Yeah, and it's like $2. There's like free like water, like what are they called?
The pitchers.
Not the pitcher, but like the water cooler type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just like around, you get a little cup of water. Like, what the hell happened to like community and love? Why is it all capitalism and freaky people who are being performative?
No, that's so
People
true.
go to the farmer's market to be performative now. They're doing it for the aesthetic. They're doing it for the TikTok.
That is so true. I will say I went to the farmer's market in LA when I was visiting Allie in December. That was fun, except it was really small. But also I think it's because like that one in particular was like in a spot that it normally isn't at.
What was it called? Do you remember?
No, I don't. But there was like a booth that sold like freeze-dried candy, which was cool. There was like a taco truck. There were one of those gem booths where they just sold a lot of crystals. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff, and I was like, this is a real farmer's market.
Yes. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. And don't even get me started on the flea market scene in Chicago.
Oh my God. The dog just yawned like really nastily. I don't think you could hear it, but it was like wet.
I thought he
like,
was about
crunchy.
to throw up.
No, that was bad.
That was really bad.
Anyway, the flea market, you should speak on it.
Yeah. The flea market scene in Chicago, everything is always so crowded. Like, I will say, when I first moved here, there was this one called Get Flea, which that one was good at first. I will say it was very cute because it wasn't too overcrowded. There's a good variation of like, or there was a good variation of like people selling clothes, people selling handmade jewelry, like that kind of
vintage stuff.
Yes. Like home goods, but now everyone knows about it, and because of that, it's impossible to navigate, and they always put in the tiniest spaces ever. Like last time I went to like a vintage house like flea market when my sister and her fiance were in town. Dude, we had to leave because my sister was about to have a fucking panic attack because of how many people were there.
No, genuinely, like every time I go, I like freak the fuck out because there's just so many people, and I like can't even shop and enjoy and have fun because I'm like freaking out.
Like, I think if it's not a problem that like people are going, like, okay, awesome, like people know
Support
about this
the
thing
arts.
There needs to be like someone at the gate being like, okay, there's too many people coming in here right now, you need to wait your turn in line to come in, which it sucks because you don't want to have to wait in line, but I'd rather wait in line than like have to navigate a crowd of so many people that I can't even like leave because I'm trapped in a corner somewhere
or breathe.
Yeah,
for real.
Rant over.
And that's, I'm not over. It's not over yet. No, I just like, I know it feels like hypocritical and annoying to be complaining about like, oh, I live in a city and the crowds are too big, but like, I'm gonna complain. Like, it's still annoying.
Yeah.
And it just feels like it's getting worse and not better.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, maybe we just need to find some like super niche, like honestly bring back like yard sales, like people just having like a little yard sale in their like the stoop of their apartment. Like, I'd so much rather go to that than like a big random curated event.
Yeah.
I just can't do crowds, man. That's why I stopped going to so many like shows and stuff. And I hate festivals. Like, music festivals are actually like my nightmare.
Yeah, music festivals, like, I really, really want to see Chappell Roan. I really want to see her, but I'm not going to Lollapalooza.
She has a Lala after party, but like there's no way we're getting fucking tickets.
No, because that's going to sell out so fast. Also, I'm pretty sure her after party happens to be the day my lease ends.
Ooh, oh yeah, I think it's on the 31st.
Yeah. So there's just
crazy.
like no way I'm gonna finish moving and be like,
let's go see Chappell.
Let me go to see a Chappell Roan concert. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It looked like there were a lot of good after parties though. Like, there was Chappell Roan. I think I saw Faye Webster had one. Blade is doing one. There was somebody else. Oh, TV Girl.
Yes, I just got the notification from Songkick.
Yeah.
That's like, TV Girl new concert announced.
Like, okay.
But yeah, dude, I can't with the crowds anymore. I don't know if it's like a post-COVID thing with like how fast things sell now. But like the crowds are always just so crazy. When I saw the Strokes, in like March, I think, or April, I think it was March. Anyway, doesn't matter. The crowd there was insane. Just to like go to the bathroom, like Giovanni almost had, because, you know, majority of the people there were men, and there's usually not a line for the men's restroom, I feel like, but there was, and he was gone for like 20 minutes just waiting in line because there were so many people there. Like, I shouldn't have to wait that long to take a piss.
Yeah, that's crazy. Also, call me the Strokes the way I got her asking, is this it?
Okay. The Strokes fandom is dying.
Retweet if you're a real stroker. Fuck.
You got this.
I'm okay. Breathe. Name 5 things I can see, 4 things I can hear.
3 things I can touch.
I'm fine. Speaking, I feel like I have one last little topic and then we can move on to our game.
Okay.
Speaking of crowds and just busyness in general, I finally bought a bike.
Yes.
Yippee! If you've been keeping up with the Suzy saga of trying to buy a bike, it has been miserable. I've been on Facebook Marketplace for like 2 months looking and messaging people, and then like 10 minutes after I message them, I check the messages and it's like, they sold the bike. And I'm like, well, fuck.
It is that time of year.
Yeah, it definitely is just that time. But it was just, everything was going so crazy, and I stumbled upon one day that must have been posted within like 20 minutes of me like messaging the girl. But it's this beautiful blue retro spec bike. If you're a real bike head, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful and awesome, and I had to go, like, it was a couple miles away, but like 2 kind of straight streets, so I was like, oh, I'll just take the bus up and then like ride it back. Oh my gosh, riding a bike is scary. Like, I forgot how scary it can be, especially in like a big city, because before, like, riding a bike I would just be in like my suburban town and there's not really cars and
yeah,
it's whatever. But here it's like, and there's the craziest like cross streets you have to go through with like 6 different like,
yes, I never knew that 6-way intersections exist until I moved to Chicago.
And like, it's just so scary to navigate, and I don't trust the drivers here at all. I feel like every other day I'm hearing about someone getting hit by a fucking car because they're not looking where they're going and they just like hit somebody on a bike. And I'm so scared that's gonna be me.
I think you'll be okay. But
I think so too.
It was funny. Like Suzy was like, I was gonna bike here, but probably by the time I leave, it's gonna be dark, and I don't have reflective gear yet. And I was like, oh, nerd. And then Suzy said, like, getting hit by a car and dying, so I don't give Audrey the ick.
Like, if it's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, like, especially at night, I really don't trust people to not, like,
No,
hit me.
I remember when I first moved to Chicago, well, even before I moved, our realtor was like driving around, and that was a whole experience because he wasn't buckled up. The seatbelt sound was going off, and he was like, yeah, the drivers have a whole feud with the bikers, but it's unspoken, but
And it's,
it's
like,
there.
Maybe they're, like, you shouldn't have a feud with someone you can murder if you, like, tap them a
With
little
like
bit.
a 1-ton
Yeah.
vehicle versus like a guy on a bike.
Right, like, maybe, like, 100 pounds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's really scary. But you know, I'm giving it my all. I'm gonna practice riding around on some quieter streets, and hopefully I can save some money by not taking the bus so much. I can just ride my little bike around.
Yeah, I feel like biking from your place to here, it's got to be like, what, 20 minutes?
Less than, I'm
Yeah.
sure. It depends on, like, traffic and everything, but I'm also just gonna have to get used to it and get stronger. Like, oh my god, am I out of shape? It's actually crazy. Like, I had to take a couple breaks when I was riding at home because
Like,
it was
walk
like,
it for a little bit?
because it was like I was breathing so hard. I was like tasting blood. My heart was pounding. It was like the blood was rushing to my ears. My thighs were burning.
I feel like the last time I tasted blood from like exerting my lungs too hard was when I first smoked weed for the first time.
Kind of felt like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was the same kind of out of breath, like just like deep heaving. And then my neck kind of hurts today, and I think that that's from like gripping it wrong or leaning over or something.
Do you think you were just like gripping it so hard because you were scared?
Probably. And then also I realized today that like my vag hurts, and I think it's from like the bike seat, and I'm like, can anything ever go right in my life?
Dude, I took a cycling class last year with
Brie
Brie
was
and
talking
Haley.
about
And like, I didn't know that it would hurt down there that bad. Again, sorry about all the genitalia,
yeah,
but
I
like,
don't know.
dude, my shit was bruised.
No, that's
legit,
like how it feels.
bruised.
It's kind of ouchy, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like, I was so confused for a minute.
Did you look down there to see if it was bruised?
No, but you can take a look if you want.
Oh, that'll be later.
After the podcast and after we eat our hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Yes.
But I think that's about it for our episode.
Yeah.
Except for
Well, we gotta play our game.
Letterboxd
clues.
review clues.
Reviews clues.
Review on my clue.
Um.
She clue my review.
Yeah. I can go first.
Okay.
Okay. So this review is from Beck. If anyone ever clicks their tongue around me again, I'm calling the police.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yup. Good ass movie.
Can I read my other ones?
Of course.
This one's from Mari, my friend's mom. None of this would have happened if the son hadn't smoked weed.
Actually real?
Yeah, real. And then this one's from Sri. Story time. My sister is actually the king of hell. Not clickbait.
Hashtag awkward.
Yeah.
No, Hereditary's goated.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick.
We talked about it last time. Because
Oh.
it's my top 2 on Letterboxd.
Yup, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this first review is actually from Weston Corey,
Okay.
who says, cutest husband in the world. All these
Okay.
reviews are really short. This next review from Karsten says, easily one of the top 5 movies about taxes.
Oh, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What was the last one?
From Ian, and it says, rocks just made me cry.
Yeah. We saw that movie together in theaters, and we had the most like
craziest experience.
annoying millennial people in like a massive group sitting in front of us. To be fair, there is something on our end. We did go when it was like $5 like movie day.
Yeah. So it's our own fault. But
Yeah.
no, there was just like people sitting like a few rows in front of us, and then like one of one of them came in to sit with them and was like, what did they say? Hi, friends.
Yeah, like, hello, friends. Like, it was definitely giving, like, small bean, doggo.
It was so scary.
Yeah, it was really bad. But, and, like, they were laughing at, like, the most, like, unlaughable parts.
Oh my god, they were laughing at everything.
Like, ah!
And it's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway. Good movie, though.
Yeah, great movie.
Thank you guys, as always, for watching, listening, supporting, etc.
That's our podcast.
That's our podcast. Driver's training.
Make sure you
rate and subscribe.
We lost one subscriber.
Yeah, probably because the intro music was 2 minutes long.
Yeah, that's my bad.
No,
come back,
please. What do I have to do to get you to come back, please? Please, I'll do anything.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I think so too.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Yes.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.